If you're not brushing your dog's teeth, chances are the problems have already started. You just don't know it yet. Today we'll talk about gum inflammation and its consequences, alternatives to brushing, also link between oral health, digestion, and bad breath, why ingredients actually matter, especially with sensitive stomachs, and what actually works. This is not an ad, it's an answer to questions that every dog owners ask themselves. How can I actually help my dog? %80 of dogs develop gum disease by the age of 3. And it's not about oral health, it's about pain and inflammation and bacteria in their bloodstream, which leads to consequences in their kidneys and heart. Dogs don't complain, they just eat slower and play less, but it's not their age, it's the pain. So if you're that dog owner who actually has no problem brushing your dog's teeth, I mean, awesome, more power to you. But most of us out there, it's just a big hassle for us and for the dog. The dog gets stressed out. It actually starts having this fear of a toothbrush. I feel it almost pushes you away. Like the dog sees you and the toothbrush and like, stay away from me. So I'm just thinking like, why struggle that much if we have a dental powder that we can use? It gets all the way back to their molar teeth. It's no hassle, no stress. For me, I think it's a no-brainer, and I would love you guys to give it a try. So a lot of people are confused and ask us how does this powder actually works, because it sounds a little counterintuitive, and how is it even more superior to a toothbrush? Sometimes with a toothbrush, it's kind of hard to get those back molar teeth for dogs. So the way our powder works is it actually gets into the bloodstream and gets secreted into saliva, and it starts to soften the plaque and tartar. Bactase Pet works locally, and we also added cellulase enzyme, which is super good for digestion. It helps those sensitive tummies to break down kelp's cell wall, so it improves digestion and nutrition absorption. It's also great for immune support. It has a lot of antioxidants. So this powder is especially good as a preventative measure. If you want to take care of your dog's teeth, you can go ahead and give this a try. If you have only a few dogs, 1 or 2, imagine all those kennel clubs and dog shelters with a bunch of dogs in them, and just how much time goes into brushing their teeth. And sometimes it might not be, the best quality. Our company, we actually donated some powder to a few kennel clubs, one here in California, and there's also another one in Nevada. We had huge success. The dogs loved it. They loved the taste. I don't think we had even a single dog who kind of did not like the powder. So we're very confident in our powder. Yeah, so the results were evident. Workers were happy, dogs were happy. For us, it's very important to keep their oral health, at the very top level. Usually we associate bad breath with poor dental hygiene, but it's not always the case. It could be, associated with GI tract. For example, if there's an inflammation, if there's some kind of blockage, microbiome imbalance, bacteria just starts thriving. That's why it's important to have both oral and digestive support. You probably know the struggles associated with sensitive stomachs. Naturally, seaweed is it's very effective, but it's pretty heavy on their digestive system. So this is why we added cellulase enzyme into our powder, because it actually helps break down cell wall of the kelp, and it helps with absorption and digestion and prevents any side effects like vomiting or diarrhea. So if you do choose a formula, if you do look for different dental powders, make sure it has that enzyme in it. So your dog will not have any strain, you know, going to the bathroom or anything. The dog will be happy, you'll be happy. Dogs often confuse thirst and hunger, and they don't drink enough water. Dry kibble makes it worse, and hydration suffers. The pet owners are usually not aware of it. Our powder has beef bone broth, which is easily mixed with water, and it provides a good source of hydration for dogs. It helps with digestion, better breath, and reduce bacterial plaque. So if you're looking for a good quality dental powder for your dog, because there's a bunch of brands out there and a lot to choose from, I would recommend just looking for a few things. First of all, make sure it's all natural ingredients. Make sure it has enzymes, that it's safe for sensitive stomachs. Make sure it's made in USA, very important. And last but not least, just, you know, it's convenient. You could just add it to dog's food and the dog will just eat it up with their food.